Welcome to the Hyper Growth Zone podcast. This is your go-to resource for personal growth, mastering communication, and influencing and persuasion techniques that will help you unleash the full potential of yourself and others. Here is your host, Alex Morgan.
Rewire your brain like a social media algorithm. So welcome back to the Hyper Growth Zone podcast. My name is Alex Morgan, and I'm a master trainer of hypnosis and NLP. And if you're tuning in today, it means you're ready to shift, to grow, and take control of your mind in a way that's real, actionable. And this is actually going to be kind of fun. So today I want to talk to you about a concept that completely changed how I look at my reality. And it's one of those things that once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So once you start applying this, everything changes. So let's go ahead and dive right in, because your brain is essentially an algorithm. So let me ask you something. Have you ever watched a certain type of video on TikTok or on Instagram or on Facebook, any social media platform, and then all of a sudden your entire feed was just that type of content? You went to your Explore page, and it was all that, and it seems like you couldn't get rid of it. It's like you didn't even ask for it, but because you watched it, maybe you liked it, commented it, shared it, the algorithm said, "Oh, you like that. Here's more of it." Now, here's the crazy part. Your mind, your brain, it does the exact same thing. So inside your brain, what you have is this powerful thing called the reticular activating system. So you can think of this like your brain's personal algorithm. It filters your reality for you. Because let's think about it. Your reality throws millions of bits of information at you every single second, and you possibly can't pay attention to all of that. So what does the reticular activating system do? It decides what to let in and what to filter out based on what it thinks is important to you. So kind of like the algorithm. The algorithm saw that you liked, commented, shared certain things, and then it starts to filter that to you so you stay on those platforms longer. So what you focus on, you feed. So let me paint you a picture. Imagine two people are walking down the same street. Let's say one of these people is an architect and the other just loves animals, for example. So as they're walking down the street, they're experiencing the exact same environment, but their mind, their brains are probably paying attention to completely different things. So, I mean, if they're walking down a street with tons of buildings, the architect is obviously seeing building structure, roof angles, the way the sidewalk is, little details that the other person would never notice. And the animal lover, they're going to spot every dog, cat that's in the whole radius of that street. So why is this? Because their minds have been trained to value different things. So the algorithm, it's working in the background, whether you realize it or not. So what's the good thing? Maybe you're thinking already, and I'm sure it's a good thing to think about this. You can change your algorithm. You can start to focus on different things, so you start to see that inside of you and all around you. So what are you telling your brain, your mind is important? Here's the kicker. Your mind is always listening. It's always watching what you're engaging with mentally and emotionally. So if you spend your days focusing on what's wrong, what's missing, what's hard, then your mind is going to start thinking, okay, that's what matters. That's what you care about. Let me show you some more of that. Because your mind It takes the path of least resistance, and it wants to show you more of what you focus on. However, if you shift and you start noticing and focusing and even celebrating the little wins that you have, the feel-good moments that you didn't notice before, your mind's going to start to notice more of those. So your mind's going to notice the fun things in your reality, and you're going to be so grateful you're seeing those. Something as simple as driving through a green light. You go somewhere and all the lights are green. Seeing a nice dog on your walk. Having clean water for a hot shower. Finishing something that you were procrastinating on. Or getting a text from someone that you really care about or that you love. So when you start engaging with these moments, you're telling your mind, this is what I value. This is totally worth noticing. And just like the social media algorithm, your mind goes, say less, I got you. Here's more of that. So you get what you focus on. Your mind is going to give you what you focus on 100% of the time. This is something I always tell my clients. And I can tell by the way that they speak whether or not they're going to get what they focus on. I was working with a client a few days ago, and they were talking about how they were working with someone on a project, and that other person wasn't committing to the project. I told them, well, where are you not committing in your life? And they were like, what? And I said, well, what are you not committing to? They said, yeah, I probably haven't committed fully to this project either. And I said, that's interesting. Commit fully to the project, design how you want it to go, and next thing you know, the project will push through because your mind is telling you it's important. So the more you tell your mind things like this, guess what? Your mind is also way smarter than you think. So it already knows how to do whatever it is that you want to do. So just feed your mind with things that it wants. We also have something called the power of value tagging. So this is when your mind tags certain experiences as important, so it knows to prioritize them in the future. And guess what? Like I mentioned earlier, you are in control of that process. So the wonderful thing, a thing I tell my clients is, you are in charge of your mind and your results, and I'm in charge of my mind and my results. So what does that mean? That means that you are training your mind. You're giving your mind suggestions with every word, with every thought, with every emotion, with every thing that you focus on, and all of that leads to creating your reality. So ask yourself, what are you tagging? What do you see is valuable? So think about it. What are you suggesting to yourself? And those suggestions, those lead to thoughts. So what are you thinking? And those thoughts lead to your emotions. And those emotions lead to your focus, and that focus leads to your reality. So guess what? You can change any of those things. You can tag any of those things and say, hey, this feeling is valuable. This thought is valuable. This suggestion I give myself is valuable. I want to focus on this thing. This is really valuable to me. And that's going to create the reality that you want. So you are in control of your mind and your results. You are responsible for all of your suggestions, thoughts, emotions, what you focus on in your reality. You are. If you want to be more successful, then you need to focus on all of those things. So there are some ways that you can rewire your algorithm pretty easily and effortlessly. So let's think about that now. So you can celebrate the small wins out loud. You can literally say, things are going my way. I'm having a great day. I'm doing so many wonderful things today. So say it when you catch all the green lights. Say when the elevator door opens right as you walk up, when you find that parking spot. When you see people you love, celebrate those tiny wins, those small wins. Train your mind to notice that life is working in your favor. There's so many small miracles that are going on around you if that's what you care to focus on. So you can celebrate so many different things that you probably didn't think were worth celebrating, but there's so many things going on around you that are going to train your mind to focus on all the good in your reality. And guess what? You're going to see more of that. Things are going to start to just go your way naturally and automatically, easily and effortlessly. The second thing that you can do is you can pause and feel the good. Just sink into a really positive emotion. Don't just breathe past it or breeze right past it. When something feels good, breathe it in. Soak it in. Sink into that feeling. Let it expand in your body. That's what liking and sharing on social media looks like inside your mind. So sink into that feeling. So let's say you feel a lot of joy in that moment. Sink into that moment of joy. Find that spot in your body where you feel so much joy. And then breathing in and breathing out, let that joy go through your whole body. Feel it for a minute or two. Or since you feel so much joy, you can either notice that spot and let it go through your whole body, or you can imagine receiving joy and giving it and receiving it, giving all that joy and receiving it. And you'll notice after just a few minutes how good that feels. So pause throughout the day, because remember, these emotions that you have, these lead to your focus, and your focus leads to your reality. So how wonderful would that be to have a reality of joy? I'm sure it would feel pretty good, wouldn't it? And that's just one example of an emotion. It could be any positive, resourceful, empowering emotion. So whatever one is most important for you, when you feel it in that moment, sink into it. The other reason that this works so well is because when there's a naturally occurring emotion, when we sink into it, this is the most powerful way we can do this. The second most powerful way is you can remember a time in the past that you felt that emotion. And the third most powerful way is you construct it in your mind if you've never felt something like this before. So naturally occurring emotions, when we take time to just pause and feel that emotion, that's the most powerful way that we can experience an emotion. The third thing that you can do is you can write down good things, wonderful things, amazing things, successful things that happened. So before you go to bed or in your night routine or when you wake up, write down some small things that felt really good today. This will build a habit, and then your mind will start to look for those moments all day, just so you have something to put down, to write down in the morning and at night. So why do I suggest the morning and at night? Because in the morning, your mind is really suggestible. So you're going to have access to your unconscious mind. I mean, notice how you feel when you wake up. Your mind is pretty clear, isn't it? So you're literally shaping your future, your reality, with these small things that you're going to write down. And you're going to then focus on these things that you wrote down in the morning throughout the day. Maybe it's a wonderful dream that you had, or you have a realization in the morning. That's wonderful, isn't it? And then at night, write down wonderful things that happened during the day. And this will build a habit where you'll get so used to this that you'll start seeing so much good, you'll create that new algorithm in your mind. So this isn't just about being positive. Let me be clear here. This isn't pretending that bad things don't happen. It's about balance. It's not about ignoring pain in your reality. It's about not letting your mind become a highlight reel of what's only going wrong. Because remember, you're in control, so you can take the wheel and you can create a new default with your mind to notice whatever it's been trained to notice. And so for many people, what we're probably noticing throughout the day without focusing on creating the new algorithm is maybe some negative things, maybe some self-doubt, maybe some fear, maybe some failure. So you have to retrain the filter. So keep that in mind. It doesn't mean if something bad happens that you just ignore it. Instead, you can ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What do I want to do instead? What do I want to feel instead? So you can start to retrain your mind in that way. Because if something bad happens in the past is for learning. The future is for planning, and the present moment is to master the moment. So if something bad does happen, you can ask yourself right when it comes up, what can I learn from this? What can I do instead? What do I want to feel instead? So it's okay if your algorithm shows you something bad, learn from it. Create the new algorithm right then and there. So what can you do right now? Why don't you practice right now? So right now, wherever you are, think of one small thing that's good about today. Something so small. Maybe your coffee was really good. Maybe the sun felt so nice on your face. I mean, it's summer after all. Maybe you held the door open for someone and they said thank you. Someone was showing you gratitude. Or maybe you're just proud of yourself for listening to this podcast and putting effort in your mind. Or maybe you saw your kid do something so wonderful. Whatever it is, bring it into focus. Feel it. Celebrate it. And say out loud or in your mind, things are going my way. I'm having a wonderful day. So that's it. That's how you start. Start to focus on all the things. Start to focus on those emotions. Sink into those emotions. Whatever you're thinking of right now, sink into that wonderful emotion that it has throughout your whole body. And imagine that emotion going through your whole body, and you're giving that emotion. You're receiving it. Imagine giving it and receiving it. So really, that's what you can do. Right now, you can practice right now. Think of some small things about your day. Even after this episode's over, you can think about that. It doesn't take any time. Even if you're working, doing something else, you can think about something wonderful, can't you? You can even practice sitting in that emotion while you're working as well. Or if you're about to go to sleep and you're listening to this at night, think of a wonderful emotion that you can sink into. And I'm sure you'll get a really, really good night's sleep. And your body will be replenished with that emotion the whole time you sleep. And you'll wake up feeling so refreshed. Oh, feels so good. I'm sure that feels so good. Then it'll be a cycle of these wonderful feelings that you create. So let's have the idea of we're all growing together. So wherever you are listening, go ahead and rate the podcast and share this with someone who you think will benefit, someone who can create the new algorithm in their mind so we can all build this new algorithm, shape our new algorithm with purpose together. Because when you change what you focus on, you change your whole reality. And really, this is how you change the amount of success you have, the results you get. So if this episode spoke to you, take a second to follow, leave a review wherever you are listening, and share it with someone who might need to hear this. I got many more episodes coming your way. So until next time, keep noticing the good, keep rewiring that algorithm, and always remember you are in charge of your mind and your results. And I hope to see you on the next episode.